Hello Libra, welcome to your reading for the week of October 19th through 25th. We're going to open up the energy of the reading today with the Starfish Spirit. Be open to infinite possibility. I like that. Let's see what's going on here this week. Let's see what possibilities are presenting themselves. Let's see how we can be more open to possibilities and what kind of things are going to come our way if we do stay open. Yeah. So let's see. We're going to use the Dove and Serpent spread. We're going to use the Rider-Waite-Smith. Again, this is for October 19th through 25th. Libra, we have a Three of Pentacles. We have a Magician. We have a Ten of Swords. We have a Hermit. We have the Strength card. And we have a Ten of Wands. Knight of Cups, Nine of Cups, a Queen of Wands, and finally, a Six of Swords. A lot of good energies here. I think even the Ten of Swords is a good card, okay? Because I kind of feel that, yeah, some things we have to let some things go. We have to let some things kind of, fall away from our lives. If we want to be open to the infinite possibilities, it's about the energy dynamics. We've got to reclaim some of our time, put it toward things that are going to be, potentially better. So the Ten of Swords to me is the birdcage card. We're getting out of the birdcage. To me, the Ten of Swords is the dry and desiccated stuff in our life that, we've squeezed all the juice out of something. We can get rid of that orange. Because there's other oranges for us out there. There's other fruit for us to acquire. But if we're holding on to something that is no longer nourishing to us, that's no longer fulfilling, no longer has anything worthwhile about it, why can't we just let it go and say, I'm reclaiming my energy? Time, effort, energy, money, or space. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set this down right over here. Put our little Tibetan prayer wheel right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments right below the video. Now, as we look around the room here, we see major, major, major. Okay? The Strength, the Hermit, and the Magician. We've got fire and fire. You've got water and water, really good water. You've got the air cards, of course, and you've got your earth card, the one earth card, the Three of Pentacles. Okay? So we'll start with our Three of Pentacles because this is the card of recognition. This is the card of us kind of feeling valued for our contribution somewhere. This is a card of teamwork and collaboration that might bring you a lot of progress this week. So look for the infinite possibilities that we could kind of team up with someone, that we could collaborate, that we could work together. Think of what could be accomplished if all three of us, put our heads together and started working on something, So I feel like that's one way that we can embrace the possibilities, okay, through teamwork. I feel like a lot of your skills or your craft or like the pride that you take in your work is being noticed and recognized and valued by other people. That might be opening up a lot of possibilities for you this week too, okay? And I guess the key really is for the Magician to be noticing all of this, to be aware of when these opportunities arise. If there's an opportunity for teamwork and collaboration, well, the Magician has to notice that and engage that, utilize that. Okay, if your skills are being noticed and there is obviously some value in what you're able to do, the Magician has to notice that and sort of capitalize on it. This is a card about working with others to achieve longer and more lasting results. I feel like there is really an opportunity to build something to build something collaborative this week. It's a week for you to focus on the craftsmanship and the pride that you have in your work as well, right? So that it can be valuable and recognized, and then the magician can sort of transform that into something maybe that's financially lucrative, or to turn it into more opportunities or something like that, okay? It may be a week where there is a real opportunity for a shared goal or project to move forward, okay? So I think a lot of financial opportunities, a lot of productive opportunities for you this week. Yeah. And the magician really is the one that has to engage with all of these possibilities and really have the focus to know which opportunities to really take advantage of. If there are infinite possibilities, we can't do all infinite of those possibilities, right? So we have to be discerning. We have to select some of those possibilities and say no to the rest. And maybe that's what the magician is doing here, is choosing between the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. The magician has to know, okay, these opportunities are not going to work out. These are the opportunities that I want to put all my energy, time, effort, energy, and money into. The 10 of Swords, those would be opportunities that would lead nowhere. These are opportunities that lead somewhere. And the magician needs to know how to choose. Yeah, so I think that makes a lot of sense for us this week. Okay, Libra, it's going to be a really good week for you. The magician, though, is the one that kind of can sense the right alignment. I feel like Spirit is putting a lot of opportunities on your path right now. And you need to be able to see, kind of in a way, see the results, or like see the consequences, see the long-term effects of what you do. This week, you're going to have everything that you need to make progress toward your goals. You're going to have the tools, the skills, the timing, everything's going to be in your favor. Spirit is going to put the right people, places, and things on your path when and where you need them. The magician can recognize all of that and create change. Can create some desired outcome using those resources. Infinite possibilities. The magician's got to be focused, right? So you're focusing your attention on what matters most. Rather than wasting your energy on a dry, desiccated thing, you're going to put your energy into something that's going to actually lead you somewhere. See, this is someone with a purpose. This is somebody that's got a goal in mind, and that's why they're carrying all 10 wands, right? They're putting all their effort into something. So it's like there are good opportunities and not so good opportunities. Right now, this week, your thoughts, words, and deeds are going to hold extra power. So use them with care and confidence. You've got to have a clear vision about which opportunities to take advantage of, okay? And that clear vision, paired with this determined action, is going to transform your reality. So step forward boldly into one of these opportunities, knowing that creation begins the moment you commit to it. And it could be small, deliberate efforts that are going to turn into really big results. You've got to claim your role as a magic maker. I want you to claim this card right now. Say, I am a magic maker. Because you have to believe in your ability to shape your path through conscious choice. Believe that you are the architect of your own reality. Believe that you can cause change in conformity with your will. And that is then seeing that life is literally infinite possibilities. And it's just a matter of kind of picking one of those channels and putting our divine energy, putting our spiritual energy, our vitality into any one of those channels. And it's going to lead to, to the everything that you do right now is going to have the desired effect. Yeah, everything you start is going to reach its conclusion. And so the idea here is that we've got to make sure that what we're beginning is leading us to a goal that we want, happiness, especially, right? And not the dry hole, the desiccated ending. Okay, so it really is about choice. I think this can be really the biggest sort of opportunity of your life. We've just got to choose wisely. Now with the Ten of Swords, this may be a week that brings an ending for some of you. Okay, it may be that, something has to be let go of so that we can reclaim that energy. So let go of what no longer serves you. Because the new opportunities are going to need space. They're going to need courage, for one thing. So this is that, like, getting out of the birdcage, getting out of the comfort zone, letting go of the appearance of safety, security, and integrity that we get with the birdcage. Sometimes we think the birdcage is keeping us safe, but really it's keeping us small, keeping us limited. Okay. So I feel like this is going to be a week of clarity for you. You're going to recognize some things in your life that are bars of the birdcage. And those are things that you're going to have to throw away, knock them down, get rid of them, bend the bars, in order to take advantage of the opportunities that really have promise. You got to let go of whatever's been keeping us back. It's no longer serving you. It's no longer nourishing to you. To me, the Ten of Swords is, again, like the orange that we've squeezed all the juice out of it. There's nothing there for us. There's no juice left. There's nothing nourishing about that. We can chuck it. Okay, because then our hand's going to be free to take advantage of those opportunities. Okay. So the Ten of Swords, it may be a difficult card, but I think it's very, very necessary, especially as the magician is choosing new opportunities into which to put all of your energy. It's going to be a very good week for that. Now we also have the Hermit card back here. And the Hermit, it may be really an important week for introspection. Carve out some space, Libra, where you can ponder some of these things. Okay? You're going to need some time alone. Don't fear your solitude right now. Embrace a little bit of solitude so that you can have the clarity. You can find that inner light. You can turn on that inner lamp, and you can see what things need to be let go of and what things need to get more of your attention, basically, right? So the Hermit, with that introspection, the reflection, seeking wisdom from within, maybe you're going to be journaling, meditating, taking some quiet moments, it's going to bring you clarity so that you can see clearly the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. And then you are going to summon the courage and the strength to do what needs to be done with these opportunities, knowing what needs to go so that your attention can flow to these new opportunities. Okay? So this is a card of seeking answers inside. So no one else is going to be able to tell you what to do right now. That you need to ask yourself. You need to look for that inner wisdom to guide you. Okay, and I think a little bit of solitude is going to help you get the clarity that you need, so you know what needs to end and what needs to begin this week. Right? It feels like this week is really kind of a ending and beginning type of week, and it's going to require courage. You got a Strength card up here too. True power comes from gentleness, patience, and a quiet courage. Okay, this isn't about, forcing anything, but this is kind of like, we're facing challenges and we're gearing up for that. Okay, this is you, I think, treating yourself with kindness and gentleness, but with strength. We're trying to sort of trying to harness this creative power. Yeah. And it's courage. And it's going to require, that sort of courage that says, I can let something go. I don't have to hang on to this birdcage. Okay? That it is maybe a difficult moment with a Ten of Swords, something that's ending. And I think the Ten of Swords is something that needs to end. It's gonna require some courage and some strength. It's going to require strength to carry these 10 wands into the future too. For some of you, I feel like this is, in a way, it's kind of like you're getting out of a partnership first, right? Before we consider any kind of new partnerships. I feel like some things have to be dissolved before other things can be created and built up. Okay, and your strength is going to be in your ability to manage your stress and stay calm. We only have these 2 swords cards, right? And these are, even though the Ten of Swords feels kind of severe, there's a calmness here. Okay? I don't feel a lot of chaotic energy at all in your reading today. So I feel like some time alone is going to help you see things clearly, and your strength is going to, is really going to enable you to take the necessary steps to see the opportunities before you, and for the magician to know how to utilize the tools, the resources, the timing that is available to you in order to take advantage of the opportunities. And the Ten of Wands, yeah, it's a lot of effort. The Ten of Wands, it may be that a lot of you are feeling kind of overwhelmed in life. So part of the Ten of Swords might be lightening the load a little bit. If we have too much on our plate, we have no room for anything new, of course. But what if some of the stuff that's on our plate right now, we don't need to be carrying it? So maybe there are too many obligations, too many responsibilities. We're starting to feel so weighed down that I can't take advantage of any good opportunities because I'm already overloaded with stuff to do. Okay? So it's a good week to be honest. The Hermit needs to look within and be honest, Libra, about what we're carrying, whether we're carrying too much. Release things that aren't truly yours to hold. Release things that are not bringing you any kind of advantage or nourishment or any kind of rewards at all. The Hermit, Libra, is going to recognize things that we need to just dispense with. Delegate, share, simplify tasks, or just let them go. Okay? So, in other words, you've only got 24 hours in a day. So if you want to take advantage, if the magician is noticing all these good opportunities that are everywhere, some things you're going to have to decide what to set down so you can pick up these good opportunities. Okay? Because you can't carry everything. Something we gotta exchange, we gotta put something down to pull something else up. Yeah. And it feels like that's the week of that sort of difficult decision, I guess. Kind of deciding okay, what thing do I need to put down so I can take advantage of some of these good opportunities? Well, the easiest part of that is just to recognize things that you're carrying that you don't need to be carrying. Now, we're talking about the Knight of Cups over here. This might be some kind of a romantic thing. Maybe some of the possibilities that we're seeing is the possibility for a new romance for some of you. Okay? You could be, kind of pulled in a new emotional direction. And it's kind of like saying, okay, well, there's a lot of possibility in this new relationship, but it means that I'm going to have to, stop giving my attention to other things in life. Because you can't have too much on your plate, And so the question becomes, Libra, especially for that Hermit, how much do you want these new things? And what are you willing to sort of sacrifice in order to make room? Are you willing to make room for these new things? If for some of you, this is romance. How badly do you want that in your life? Are you willing to make room in your life for romance? Maybe this is creativity. Maybe this is some other kind of an emotional experience or an inspiration or like a passion or something, right? Are you willing to make room for it? Okay. This may be gestures of love coming in, maybe offers, it may be invitations. And of course, the question remains, are you willing to make room for those invitations? It's, it's like you want to say yes, but it's like if I say yes, it means that if I go to that party, I'm not going to be able to stay home and, wash my hair. So it's like, am I willing to make that trade-off? How badly do I want to go to the party and how badly do I need to wash my hair? Well, I got long hair, so I know washing my hair is super important, And it's a time-consuming process too. So it's kind of like you gotta choose. And I think, that's maybe a really dumb example. I'm full of those. But that's kind of the idea. Are we willing to make room for that thing? Especially if this is something coming in, if it's an offer, if it's an invitation, if it's a gesture of love. And maybe it feels good and you want it, but then you're looking at the rest of your life and you're saying, I really don't have time. I don't have any space. I don't have any energy to give a relationship. I don't have any energy or time or space to go to a party or to accept the invitation or to start that passion project. So it's going to be one of those weeks. There's going to have to be a trade-off. Okay? I feel like a lot of you need to allow this kind of beauty and inspiration into your life. Because otherwise it feels like it's been just very, exhausting. That you've been overworking yourself, pushing yourself so hard that maybe you need to set down some of that work and accept one of these invitations. Or follow this passion, follow your heart, let your heart lead you a little bit. But of course, do so with balance and practicality, okay? We don't want to get so enamored by something else in life that we end up just sort of giving up all of our responsibilities. But if you want to pursue something new, something of the heart, you're going to have to make room for it. That's the message there, okay? The Nine of Cups, contentment, emotional satisfaction, and that's kind of the highlight question of the week too. Are you content? Are you emotionally satisfied? Do you feel like your wishes are coming true in life? Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel happy? Do you feel like you're following your bliss, following your passion in some way? Are you making room for love in your life? Are you allowing yourself time, effort, energy, money, and space to enjoy the luxuries and pleasures of life? Is your happiness growing because of the opportunities that you are engaging and the attention that you are giving things in your life? Because the 10, the wands, right? The fire energy is just your attention. So the 10 of wands is saying that you're spending all your energy on something already, that you're already maxed out. Your schedule is packed in your day. That all of your attention is already claimed by things, people, places, things, ideas, jobs, responsibilities, all that stuff. Your energy is already booked. Well, the Nine of Cups and the Knight of Cups are asking you, are you okay with what you're giving your attention to? Or how do we need to restructure that or realign that to make more room for the positive, happy things, to allow yourself more time to enjoy the luxuries of life, to allow more passion or more romance or more creativity or more joy, more play, more art, more beauty into your life? Okay? It's the week to really ask those questions and make those kinds of choices. Yeah. The Queen of Wands. Sometimes the Queen of Wands gets so wrapped up in their responsibilities that they don't make time for pleasure and joy. The water energy is antagonistic to the Queen of Wands because it puts out the fire. So this is somebody that could be, could be pushing themselves way too hard, not allowing enough time for rest or recuperation. The Queen of Wands is confident and charismatic. It's a good leader. It's very independent. For some of you, there is this reluctance to delegate or outsource or ask for help. For some of you, there is a reluctance to take things off of your plate. The Queen of Wands, basically, once you put it on your plate, it's like you have to eat it. Even if you're not hungry anymore, And so the Queen of Wands sometimes has a difficult time saying, I can't do this. I don't have time or energy for that anymore, so I need to put that on hold. Because maybe, I don't know, maybe it feels like weakness. Maybe it feels like other people are going to notice that and they're going to think we're not as strong as we are. The Queen of Wands needs to know how to end things quickly and say, I'm not doing that anymore. I don't have time for that, or it's not rewarding me. It's not worth my time. The Ten of Swords, recognizing things that are not worth your energy anymore. So that then you got that energy back. You've been spending an hour a day, digging a ditch in the backyard. And you realize, okay, digging that ditch doesn't do anything for me. It's a waste of my time. It's pointless. Well, if I stop doing it, guess what? I just gained an hour in my day. And that hour can be spent doing something in infinite possibilities. That hour can be spent doing something that's more rewarding, more pleasurable, more fun, more productive, more rewarding, whatever it is. Okay. So the Queen of Wands needs to have that kind of an attitude where it's just like, I recognize something's a waste of my time or effort or energy or money or waste of space, right? Having that realization that something is not worth the resources that you're putting into it and being able to end it, okay? What I see with your Six of Swords here is a transition, movement. We're moving on from something. We're going forward with a kind of plan. I think you're leaving behind a lot of unnecessary stress or struggle. Your life is becoming more organized, more peaceful. Calm waters lie ahead. Okay? Especially when you are going to rearrange some of your obligations or commitments or all these infinite possibilities. You're rearranging, you're realigning things. You may be lessening your burden. I feel like you're making your life a little bit easier. For some of you, this may be a card of travel or a change of scenery. Okay, maybe a little bit more of a structured economic plan. Okay, releasing this overburdened sort of life, letting go of things that aren't serving us anymore, creates a little bit more ease, a little bit more flow. Allows us to sort of, recover and recuperate from something. For some of you, this is a new plan that is more balanced and more harmonious, that maybe is balancing the obligation, the ambition, the work with the passion, the love, the beauty, the joy, the rest maybe, right? The recovery. Balancing maybe the fire and the water by getting rid of all the pointless stuff that it's kind of the waste. It's a waste of time, a waste of energy. Okay. And so now this is us moving forward with a much simpler, but more economical, more streamlined even. If there's a way to make your life easier right now, do it. Yeah, this is the week for asking all these questions. Let's look at our mystery card. Trying to be open to infinite possibilities. This might be the World card. It might be the Wheel of Fortune. Let's see. Well, it's a King of Swords. And the King of Swords is sometimes a fixed air energy, so it may be a need for flexibility. Okay? It may be that there's a need now to get out of some sort of expectation that we have about our life, or like we're just kind of stuck in what we believe to be like the right way to do something, or this kind of, like we're rationalizing our Ten of Wands or our Ten of Swords and saying, I'm supposed to keep those, I have to keep those, I'm not able to let go of those. Like we're trying to maybe convince ourselves that I need to stay in the birdcage or something, yeah. I think we need to be very honest with ourselves. I think the Hermit, Libra, is that introspection. That we need to be very honest with ourselves about what we've been spending our time, effort, energy, money, and space on, and how we might be able to rearrange that a little bit to take advantage of new opportunities. Okay? But sometimes we just get stuck in like one way of thinking, And then we just we start rationalizing or making excuses for the way things are, rather than just admitting like, okay, things need to change, Anyway. Libra, we're going to do an extended reading. Click on the join button that's right down there to watch the extended readings. We're going to do an I Ching hexagram, oracle cards. We're going to clarify love and money. We're going to do the yes/no coin. Libra, I thank you, I love you, and we are all in this together.